Thomas Tuchel will speak to Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger amid contract restrictions. Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel has revealed that he will speak to Blues trio Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger regarding their futures after Roman Abramovich was sanctioned by the UK government. The club can no longer offer new contracts to players or engage in transfer activity, as well as being unable to sell merchandise due to the sanctioning. Speaking to the press, via Football London, Tuchel admitted he will speak to his out-of-contract stars. This comes after it was reported that players are worried regarding their futures at Stamford Bridge due to the sanctioning. This means that Christensen, Azpilicueta and Rudiger, who are all out of contract in the summer, may have no chance but to leave the club. When asked if he will speak to the trio, Tuchel said, "Yes, it changed in the morning, but we had a game to prepare for. I'm not sure I'm the right person to speak about it because I don't have full information and, as the club said, there are talks with the government about how the license can be lived. Let's see in the moment, even if this is for you maybe not enough. At some point, I allow myself to be a football coach and the manager of a first team. This situation concerns the whole club. It concerns the women, it concerns the academy. So I certainly don't think I'm the most important person who's involved in all this." Whilst initial reports revealed that the Russian could no longer sell the club due to the sanctions, it has since been revealed that Chelsea can still be sold if Abramovich is willing to allow the government to take over the sale process. If the club is sold, Chelsea will be allowed to offer extensions to their players, but it remains to be seen as to how long this will take, as the trio could be set for a departure. Marina Granovskaia, extremely unlikely to stay at Chelsea following Roman Abramovich sanctions. Marina Granovskaia is very likely to leave Chelsea once Roman Abramovich's 19-year ownership comes to an end, according to reports. The 47-year-old has been Abramovich's right-hand woman at Stamford Bridge, dealing with each and every manager that has walked in and out of the doors in West London. She has become a shrewd and respected individual in the boardroom. But her time at the club is coming to an end. After Abramovich was sanctioned by the UK government on Thursday, having his assets frozen, the writing is all but on the wall for Granovskaia. According to The Telegraph, as bids and interest is lodged to the Rain Group, it now appears extremely unlikely that an incoming individual or group would keep Granovskaia due to her long-standing relationship with Abramovich, which goes back 20 years. Chelsea head coach Thomas Tuchel admitted earlier this week he hoped Granovskaia could remain, along with Petr Cech, but acknowledged the decision is not down to him. Cech's future is uncertain, as is the rest of the squads and club staff. Pat Nevin has confirmed several members of staff have already been partially laid off, following the government's sanctions on Abramovich. For now, who stays and goes at Chelsea is the least of their concerns. It's now about securing the club's short-term and long-term future. Thomas Tuchel delivers honest verdict on Newcastle United ahead of Chelsea clash. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has offered his verdict on his side's opponents for Sunday afternoon as they are set to take on Newcastle United. Newcastle were struggling desperately at the beginning of the year, but since their takeover by the Saudi Public Investment Fund, their results have picked up. They currently sit at 14th in the Premier League table, having won 5 of their last 6 games. Speaking at his side's press conference ahead of their encounter with Newcastle United on Sunday afternoon, Tuchel was questioned as to who neutral fans will be supporting, to which he replied, "I don't care, I want us to win," he said, as quoted by Football London. "It will be a difficult one because Newcastle is very, very strong. It's a different Newcastle and they produce a lot of results, so I'm expecting a very tough game. I'm sorry, but I don't care too much about what the neutral spectators think about who should win it. In the end, everybody wants to be excited to watch games and be entertained, and this is what we are up for. At the moment, we try to have the focus right and the attitude right. The guys do this in a very impressive way and we need this on Sunday." Tuchel has his eyes set on continuing his impressive run in the league, after Chelsea made it 4 wins on the go in their 3-1 win over Norwich on Thursday evening. With Manchester City and Liverpool currently running away with the league, the Blues will hope to do all they can to catch up. Thomas Tuchel says it's too early to discuss Chelsea's summer plans after Roman Abramovich sanctioning. Speaking at his side's press conference ahead of their clash with Newcastle on Sunday afternoon, Tuchel was questioned on what the future of Chelsea holds following the news that Abramovich was being sanctioned. "It's maybe way too early to talk about it," he said, as quoted by Football London. I don't know exactly the rules about the current situation, and I think, as the statement said from the club, there are negotiations and talks going on about the license. So let's see what's coming. It makes not a lot of sense for me to comment on the situation now and give an outlook to the future in the summer. I trust in everybody who is in charge. I trust people who are in charge in the government to find a solution that keeps us going through the season, and gives us the possibility to be in charge of our actions in the summer. I think this is what we can do now. We were all surprised by the news, and it is too early to have an outlook on the summer, I guess. Thomas Tuchel insists Chelsea will remain a competitive club despite news of Roman Abramovich sanctioning. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has revealed his side will remain competitive, as long as we have enough shirts and the bus is full of fuel. The German tactician made the statement following the news that club owner Roman Abramovich would be sanctioned by the UK government over his close ties with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Much speculation has since been made over what will happen to Chelsea since the news, but Tuchel remains confident that his side will still fight to the best of their abilities. Maybe the worry is to find enough shirts to play in with the sanctions, but as long as we have enough shirts as the bus is full of fuel, we will arrive and be competitive, he said, as quoted by Football London. This is what everybody can be sure of, and this is what we demand of ourselves. When it's a big storm, you dig in, you hold together, you stay strong and go through it. The Blues beat Norwich City 3-1 on Thursday evening, the same day that the news was released that Abramovich would be sanctioned. Despite the wild news, Chelsea still looked confident and put on a convincing performance against the Canaries. The evening didn't feel strange. A big schedule sometimes helps, it gives you structure to feel safe, said Tuchel. Of course, there was a lot of distraction, another level of distraction with the sanctions. Our love for the game helps us and we demanded it. We sweat it out and help ourselves. Full credit. The team showed very good character. Thomas Tuchel answers questions on what could replace 3 UK logo on Chelsea shirt. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel was questioned on Friday afternoon as to what could replace the 3 UK logo on his side's shirt following the news that their sponsorship deal would be suspended. The suspension hit the news following the UK government's decision to sanction Blues owner Roman Abramovich due to his close ties with Russian President Vladimir Putin. As a result of the sponsorship suspension, the 3 UK logo will temporarily no longer feature on the European Champions shirts. Speaking at his side's press conference ahead of their Premier League clash with Newcastle United on Sunday afternoon, Tuchel was asked whether the suspension could free up space for a message of peace on the Blues shirts. "We can always wear a message for peace," he told the media, as quoted by Football London. "It can never be the wrong message. Maybe the worry is to find enough shirts to play in with the sanctions, but as long as we have enough shirts as the bus is full of fuel, we will arrive and be competitive. This is what everybody can be sure of, and this is what we demand of ourselves. When it's a big storm, you dig in, you hold together, you stay strong and go through it. But messages for peace can never be wrong." The news that 3 UK would be suspending their sponsorship deal with Chelsea came out yesterday following Abramovich's sanctioning. Reports followed stating that the telecommunications company were on the verge of activating a 2-year extension their deal right before the suspension. Conor Gallagher reveals he hasn't thought about his Chelsea future at all during Crystal Palace spell. Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher has revealed he hasn't thought at all about his future with the European champions as of yet. The 21-year-old is currently on loan at Crystal Palace under the management of Patrick Vieira, and he has been impressing fans of the Premier League so far this season. Following his 8 league goals so far this season, speculation has amounted as to whether he will be a part of Thomas Tuchel's plans at Stamford Bridge next season. Speaking to Evening Standard Sport, Gallagher revealed he is in constant contact with Chelsea but hasn't, as of yet, thought about his future. "Chelsea talk to me and keep an eye on me. They have loan staff who keep an eye on all the loan players, so everyone feels like they're still part of the club. They speak to me, and they say what they think you can improve on or what you've done well, so I'm very fortunate to have Chelsea. It's nice. I haven't thought about my future at all. I just take every game as it comes, so I've not thought too ahead at all. I think in the stage we're in this season and where Palace are as a team, we can't afford to look too far into the future. We got a very important end of the season, being in the quarter-final of the FA Cup now and needing to get points as well, which is very important."
That is on Chelsea News today. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you by tomorrow news.